is the Double Special Master.
Live and direct.
Breakfast with CubCamTV.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, people, just gone 4 minutes past 9 here, Trickstar Radio. We are back inside the building once again as we continue on this Tricky32 series. We've had some fantastic people in so far, but right about now we're getting into one that I've been looking forward to since we first locked it in. Man like Rainy Dancers in the building. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm great, sir. I'm great. It's good to see you. There's always a good energy when you're in the room.
Always good.
And yeah, obviously we saw you quite recently on Juki's show just before the Patterns event, which was very, very lively indeed.
Yeah.
Which was good to catch up with you then. First of all, let's talk about that event, because from the memory banks I have remaining, I seem to have lost a lot of memories of the evening.
Yeah, same,
much of a wavy one. It looked like a pretty good time. How did you find things?
Do you know what? For a first event back, obviously, yeah, it's still kind of socially distanced at the time. Everybody was still seated, inverted commas.
Yeah.
But it was a really nice introduction back into the game, as it were. It was just nice to be performing again. Nice to show what I've been making over lockdown, because I've been in the studio constantly.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like everybody, do you know what I mean? But it was just a real expressive night, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it as well.
100%, man. I'll tell you what, I've never seen a sat down crowd look that much like they were stood up. We'll say that. Yeah. There was so much energy in the room as well. Am I right in thinking that is one of the first times you've actively performed in a venue under the Rainy Dancer alias as well?
That is the first time. Yeah, that was the first time. So it was a bit nerve-wracking to begin with, but I think once I kind of got on stage, obviously just because it was that kind of vibe, that kind of environment, I've been in it 1,000 times. It kind of just took its own sort of role.
It went back to being like a rave again, you know?
Yeah, it was nice.
I mean, this is the thing. You've been performing for a long time now. You've been playing out live for a long period of time, and obviously making this switch from, I suppose, being behind the decks to being in front of them. That's going to be a surprisingly nerve-wracking experience, even though it's still performing. It's a completely different type of thing.
Definitely. Yeah, it's you always see it, and I've always had hosts on my shows and things like that, and the confidence they have and the confidence they bring to make a crowd like that is crazy, and it's a different level completely. Because as a DJ, you can kind of be a recluse. You can kind of put yourself.
You can hide behind the big box in front of you.
You put yourself in the corner, throw your hands up every now and then. But being the forefront at the center stage was definitely a lot different to kind of think about. But it came naturally. I hope. Do you know what I mean? I could have looked completely differently.
No. This is the thing. Obviously, I was kind of in the background. I think I was just spinning tunes in the intervals. I think I was for most of that evening. I don't remember what happened.
Big up for that though. Yeah.
No, it was good fun, and it was good to kind of introduce it and to see the reaction of people when we did the introduction. Obviously, it was almost like WWE style. Like people, there's a little barrier down at the back of Patterns. People run up the stairs, and it's like it felt like proper being back in a dance and stuff. And obviously, that sort of environment, how cool is it to kind of perform to people? This is the thing. Most of the faces in there were recognizable bright faces. How did that kind of element tie into?
Do you know what? It helped a lot. It helps a lot, obviously, because it was still, I think it was like a 30-40% capacity. So it wasn't exactly the biggest sort of crowd, as it were. But the fact is that all my peoples were kind of there, making it what it was very special. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And Brighton being such a tight-knit community as well, it was nice to see so many faces there. So pick up everybody 100%. That came down in it.
I mean, what was your from memory? If there were already memories of the actual performance, but people never seem to remember actually performing. Which is the craziest thing.
Do you know what? Yeah, I think the videos, technology nowadays just gets gassed in it. Yeah, but the amount of videos I got sent, and I think it was the last tune where I kind of went off, and then there was a bit of extra time, so I was like, do you know what? Let's just pull one out of the bag real quick. Yeah. It was something completely different, but everybody got up, or everybody that was supporting.
Out to Yaron pulling out the ballroom dancing in the middle of the room.
100%. Yeah, 100%, man. He made it classy. Do you know what I mean?
That was the thing. The atmosphere of the room was very bizarre, because it almost felt like a ballroom, because it had the low hanging blue lights. It was like tables and stuff like that. It felt like being in a jazz bar in the 60s.
That's what I mean, and that's why I mean it was quite a nice environment because I kind of grown up going to jazz cafes, things like that, and being in those kind of small small environments where you can sit down, have a meal, that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? But that's kind of nice. That's nice to get out of the rave sort of scene. So actually being in that kind of environment to start me off, I just think it was probably the best thing for me.
Amazing, man. Well, I know there was a lot of good feedback from the show. Obviously, out to everyone else who got involved on the performances, out to Picasso, out to Ruins and Gold as well. It was a fantastic evening. But we are here today to do this Tricky 32. We're going to get into a tune first, but I'm very excited to actually get into this this freestyle. Obviously, for those that aren't aware, the Tricky 32 is when we bring vocalists down to the show. It's still a relatively new part of the show. We bring people that we know have bars, have flows, all that good stuff. Well, it sounds a little bit corny when I say that sort of stuff in the morning, but they bring an extra dash of energy to what they're doing, and we get them to go over something a little bit unexpected, a little bit unusual, and that's exactly what we've got in the bag for today. Before that, though, we're going to get into a tune called A Little Closer. Talk to me about this one before we jump into it this morning.
So this is probably one of my most recent tunes, actually. Little Closer is kind of like I guess it's kind of a crossover between the hip hop rendition I'm doing now and the UKG stuff I used to do. Kind of not used to do, but what I was more kind of focused on back in the past. Now the kind of rainy dancer stuff's just a bit of a crossover between the genres that I did kind of grow up on. So yeah, there's all sorts of kind of elements in this. This was just kind of a summary tune I made just for that sort of crossover hip hop, R&B, UKG sort of style. So yeah, that's just a bit of me all over.
Amazing, man. Well, I'm looking forward to getting into this one. It's going to get very lively in a few minutes, people, so make sure you are sticking around. I do love these Tricky 32 sections. I love the fact that it's very much off the cuff and we're doing it in the room. We never know where they're going to go, and it's going to be very enjoyable indeed. Just before we jump into this one, best social media tag for people to find you on?
Everything at The Rainy Dancer.
Fantastic. There we go. It's so simple. I love it when it's so simple.
Easy, isn't it?
There we go. We're going to get to this one now then. It goes by the name A Little Closer. Don't go anywhere. Right then, people, we are back inside the building, just coming up to 14 minutes past 9. Man like the Rainy Dancer is in the building. How are you feeling, sir?
I'm good.
You're looking armoured up. You've got the headphones on. You're looking ready to go.
Do you know what? I'm ready.
Are you ready now?
Yeah, it's early.
I'm looking forward to it. But bear in mind, people, it is still, for those locked in, it's still 9:15 in the morning. So when we see people coming in with this level of energy, it's so exciting. So we're going to be getting into the Tricky 32 next. And I'm looking forward to seeing where we're going on this one. We've got something quite interesting on the instrumental.
Yeah, man.
The sounds of Crazy Cousins, which is something I didn't necessarily expect from yourself.
To be honest, this is one of my favourite tunes, and hopefully I do it justice. But it's definitely one of those curveballs that I throw in kind of like my sets, like my DJ sets and things like that. So I just thought, you know what, let's lace it, man. Let's go over it.
Let's do it. I'm very excited, people. It's time for the Tricky 32 here on Trickstar Radio. Let's get into this.
Yeah. Just a bit louder, yeah, that's the one. Nice one, bro. Okay. Wow. It's 9 a.m. It's Trickstar Radio.
I'm buzzing for this, man.
Kovu, thank you so much for having me down.
Each and every time, bro. Always welcome.
Right. For the early morning crew. Start your day off right. Just a bit of energy.
Trickstar Radio.
Look. Alright, let's just go in, man.
I'm ready. Are you ready? You ready? I'm ready.
Alright. Look. Coming full steamy, man, got the warm up. KD popping freeze in the corner. Watch a whole squad get torn up. I bend man like a transformer. I'm burying any informer. I chase a brother down, no warner. I am on the cloud looking down at the slaughter. About to come down with the water and bring you the sound of the torture. Look, are we there yet? I'm struggling to think if it's fair yet. It seems a bit pointless, like when you try hide your face with a hairnet. I ain't gonna lie, I'm in a place with the air fresh, and they wanna give me bare sex. I'm mobbed up and I'm sleeping with the heiress. Usual suspects coming in like, look, Fred Fenster, Del Toro, real messed up like a porno. Can't remember, Jason Bourne, bro, causing aggro soon as the door closed. I'm in a bando trying to make bankroll. A new man is still rolling up banknotes. A new man is still trying to find handles. Don't spot a man, slap a man's hand down like whack-a-mole, another man down. Call me Ajax, run him out of town. Pull up that A-track, hype up the crowd, trying to get loud. I slap your face to the front and I'm out. I lose control when I vibe to the sound. Said we go way back, so I play back in the crowd, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm the captain now. So look at me, never back down. Look at me, bro, I'm the captain now. Hard work pays off when you're bellied up and you're waving the Glock, holding the rounds. I make a man dance like a clown, and then I take off with this gal. Hate it when I come around, cause I made it and she chasing the clout, she chasing the crew, showing love on the weekend. Monday coming, still going from the weekend, and I'm prepared to break up my evening, so she can try to keep her brother eating. Wait, straight in the deep end, try and grit my teeth, then when she don't wanna leave then. A freak in the sheets, but the brother needs to sleep then, so I start my week on a weekend fast. Count to 10 cause I'm gassed, breaking bread at the mass with my girls and the lads. Sunday vibes every day, that's the plan, yeah, I kill for these man, no doubt, yeah, it's lovely. I drop a man in country, leave country, like Play-Doh and make a man ugly, and I ain't gonna play though, trust me. I drop quick vibe at 8:45 and my bird still sleep. Come back with worms and my pockets full of weed. I love how I learn, no rest, feeling peak. These latest trends got me moving kinda deep, and I'm baked again, now packed with a team. Awake again, still living my dream. Raving my peak, make a fat boy slim. Get waved by the sea, let it take me away, cause I'm out where it's raining.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know, something I'm clocking every single time when people come to do these freestyles. First thing, I'm a bit nervous, you know. I never understand it. Rainy Dancer in the building, people. That's what I'm talking about. This slapped it, bro. What is all this? I'm a little bit. I'm not too sure.
Hey, trust me, I'm moving house. It's early. I was up all night trying to do this. So yeah, big up for having me.
My actual G, bro. That was fantastic, man. Amazing stuff. Again, when you're kind of putting something like this together, something a little bit out of the ordinary, I feel like that's something for you which is becoming more and more normal to kind of be out of the ordinary with what you're doing.
Yeah, trying to push the boundaries a bit. Just if you're out of your comfort zone a lot, then your comfort zone becomes your comfort zone. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
I mean? Like it's definitely something I want to progress, and it's definitely something I want to push. So big up.
Amazing,
you
man.
Pushed me, man.
I've got to say, bro. I've got to say, I'm loving the fact as well, the intricacies of the way you write. It's something that's so interesting. There's nothing kind of I suppose generic about the way you're putting stuff like this together. There's so many kind of different avenues and lanes and kind of I suppose rhythmic avenues more than anything else. There's twists and turns that people are expecting, and when you hear that over a Crazy Cousins tune as well, I'm just here like, yes, this is crazy. Like I didn't want to I didn't want to stop. I wanted it to keep going and keep going and keep going. It was one of them. That's what I'm talking about. So moving forward, now we've got the scary bit out of the way.
Yeah. Big relief. Good day now.
It's going to be a good day. So let's talk about the future then. What's happening for you on the way? What's next for Man Rainy Dancer?
I have got a couple of singles coming out. I'm just putting a few videos together at the moment. And yeah, a lot of kind of talk about an album real soon, just because there is a lot of material I've got and a lot of things I want to kind of get out. So hopefully a mixtape coming out soon. Yeah, just look out for a few videos I'm just going to be sorting out, using a few Brighton venues that are going to be quite familiar to people as well. So hopefully people can relate to that kind of thing.
Amazing.
But yeah, just look out on all the socials, again, just at the Rainy Dancer. But there is plenty of music coming out, definitely, man.
I know you as well. I know you're someone who's always got music stacked as well.
One thing I do have at the end of the month, if anybody is about up the Lake District side, I'm playing Soulfest. That's my first ever kind of festival thing that I'm doing as Rainy Dancer, so it'll be really nice to kind of get on stage in a festival environment and trying to do this kind of thing. So yeah,
amazing, man. This is perfect for festival environments as well, man. Just the liveliness. Obviously, we've heard the two tunes today. We've seen you live. It's something that is coming together very, very nicely. And I've got to say, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure having you in this morning. It's been great fun. It's been good to see your face as well. It's always good to catch up with old friends.
Thank you.
I've known you for a long time now as well, like a long time.
Yeah, we're adults now, man.
Full on adults. No, don't say that. I had someone complaining to me the other day that they just turned 25, and I was like, what?
Wait.
What's going on? But yeah, we're going to jump into one more tune before we finish up. This one is a remix from someone we both know very well, man like Pav. It's his remix of Disco, yourself alongside Ceislin and Hatter. Yeah. This is one of the catchiest hooks that I've heard in a long period of time. Talk to me about this tune, bro.
Big up the First Boys every time. Myself, Hatter, TC, Pav, we're a good bunch of lads, you know what I mean? Yeah. All got the same kind of mindset, all kind of got the same goals, and Ceislin and Hatter jumped on this rhythm and asked me to make the beat for it. Pav was the first person to remix this tune, obviously being part of the gang, and he absolutely smashed it. They just gave me the disco concept, and we kind of just rolled with it, and it made a banger.
It is a banger.
Yeah. Big up Hatzlin, because their album's incredible. So yeah,
absolute slap. Well, there we go. We're going to move into this one now, and then get into a brand new dub play which has been sent over, which we're going to play before getting into the Pull Up 30. Rainey, it's been an absolute pleasure. Always welcome back. You know you are. I'm looking forward to hearing new music as it lands as well.
I appreciate it, brother.
Each and every time, man. Right then, let's get into this one. The sounds of Pav. This one is his remix of Disco. Keep it locked and don't go anywhere.
This is Breakfast with KXVU, bringing you their morning flavors on Trickstar Radio.
Trickstar Radio.